Okay. Y'all, it's a lot. There's a lot of excitement over here, okay? Hey guys, it's Abby from Make Life Your Runway, and I'm here with my 2021 Project Pan finale. We had 21 products in this Project Pan. It was a year-long project that I did about 3 or 4 updates throughout the year last year. So if you're curious in the grand finale to see how we did, then just keep watching. Here we go. Alright guys, gotta stay hydrated for this one. This is one of those reusable cups from Starbucks for $3. They're hard to find, but have you seen on Etsy where people like bedazzle them and then sell them for like $40? In my dreams, I would have something like that. If you hear snoring, my husband is taking a nap on the couch. It's the life I live. My house isn't that big. We just gotta work with it. So if you can hear it, I'm not sure you can, but if you can, he is snoring on the couch. All right. So I'm trying to think about what order to do this in. Let's do this in products that I didn't finish, but I'm gonna get rid of. Let's do that. So the first one is going to be the NYX Avant Pop, and this is in Nouveau Chic. We've talked about this a lot on this channel throughout the year. This used to be a really big palette when it came out years and years and years ago, but this no longer has pigmentation. I'm no longer drawn to these colors, and literally from the last year of having it in a Project Pan, I think I used it like 2 times, and that might be being generous. Oftentimes in these year-long projects, I like to throw in an older palette that I don't use that like maybe should be decluttered, but I just want to see if I can like give it one last love. And some palettes I do really well with, but this was not one. So we will just go ahead and toss this in the trash. I had another one from this line that I decluttered a couple years ago because it was still good enough to declutter. But this one, she's ready to go. All right, y'all know this next product I used and loved. The packaging is broken. This is the Revolution Contour Palette. This is very beaten up. You can get this palette for $10. I believe it's still available at Ulta. It's a beautiful formula, beautiful palette, but mine is older. It's like 3, maybe 4 years old, and it smells like that Play-Doh. So I do need to declutter it out of my collection, but this is one that we really did a lot of work in. So I'll show you on the screen what it looked like when we started. So it was basically a full palette. I had started using up a highlighter, I believe was here, and I did hit pan on it, but I dropped this and the rest fell out. So I didn't truly pan this one. You can see I did a lot of work here in this bronzer, and I didn't really dive into these very much, although there's little dips in there, nothing too significant. But you can see I've really used this product, this yellow powder, a lot. I did actually use up the product that was here, which now I don't even remember. Was that a bronze? Oh, that was a highlighter. Yeah, because these 3 were highlighters. So I finished up that one. This has been the one I've been using most recent, and it's what's on my cheeks. I just think it's so pretty. But like I said, this palette has gone off. Like, we just need to throw it away. But this has a pretty good dip in it because I've been using it a lot. And then this one I've also used a lot. It has a dip, but I haven't hit pan on those. So I think for a $10 palette, we got about 3.5, 4 years use out of, and we panned a good bit of it. So I think this palette's getting a nice farewell. And you know, it's only $10, so I could of course always repurchase it if I wanted, but I have some other ones that I want to play with. So that one is done. All right, I have 2 highlighters that we're just gonna call them done. I mean, I could do a little bit more work on one of them, but I can't. Actually, I'm gonna make this an empty. Okay, so we'll hold off on that. But this one is the Laura Mercier Highlight 01. I've legit had this little sample in my collection for over 5 years. I've had it since before I got with my husband, and we've been together 5 years, and I think I probably have had it even longer than that. but this is what it looks like. I made really good pan on it, but I think it's good. I just don't want to use it anymore. I'm tired of looking at this sample. I'm tired of trying to force myself to use it because I have put it in so many project pans over the years and there's hard pan on it. So we're just done with it. And I don't know if this is still available. I know it was at TJ Maxx for a little while, but yeah, I would be interested in the full size, which sounds weird because I think it is a pretty product. I'm just over that particular one. Alright, so these two had gone off early on. So just a little recap, I had the ColourPop Lippy Stick. This one is in Cami Matte 1914. This one is really pretty. It's like a nude color, but it smells real bad. As is the Pixie by Petra. This is Pastel Petals. Again, a really beautiful neutral color. This formula is really nice, and I like the Lippy Stick formula a lot as well, and they're both affordable options, but they both smell really bad, so they're out of my collection. And I threw those in because I knew they were kind of at the end of their lifespan, but I wanted to, again, give them some more love before we just scooted them out. Alright, final product that was one that I was just trying to see what I could do with it is the Stila Heavenly Hue. This particular one is in Kitten. This is a cream to powder formula that I loved and raved about for so long. This particular cream product is approximately 4 years old. Jared got it for me in our first Christmas together. So I've definitely have made a lot of progress, but it's just kind of gross at this point to have a powder that's this old. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. I would recommend it to everyone. But this particular one is just like old makeup. It's so gross. So we're gonna get rid of this one too. Alright, so those products, that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 products out of my collection that I didn't finish up 100%, but I gave them so much love. Those products are not gonna go in my empty makeups because they're more of like old opposed to used up. I try to keep my end of the year empty makeup things I've actually used up. So we're done with those. We're gonna move on to makeup that I have actually used up, and we have quite a bit here. Oh yeah, this is gonna be the good stuff. So the first one is a blush by Ciate Love. This one is in Summer Love. Absolutely beautiful. Angela sent me another one, so I have another one of it, but this particular one is completely done. Oh, it's so pretty. It was so fun to use, but it did kind of have a hard life because it came unglued, so then it was plopping out a lot, and then because of that, as I wore it down, it started crumbling. So it was a little bit of a disaster as I worked through it, but this is 100% done. This is a powder. This is Laura Mercier Pressed Translucent Powder. This is the outer packaging. Woo! So I had got this on Haute Look a few years back. Is Haute Look still a thing? Are people still purchasing from there? So this is completely used up. It was a really nice product to use, and I'm proud of myself for finishing that up. 3 primers here that we finished up. The first is one of my favorites, the Too Faced Hangover RX. And the reason I have so many primers in this project is because I'm trying to work through my primers, my concealers, and my foundations. And I made a lot of progress in my primers for my collection. My inventory is up on my channel. It was part of Vlogmas, so if you go through those videos, it's maybe 5 or 6 videos back, you'll find it. But this is completely done. These days, I really know what I love for primers and foundation. So once I've worked through kind of my older stuff, I'm probably going to go back to them. So this is one of my favorite primer formulas. The other one is this Laura Mercier Foundation Primer. This one's in Radiance. I know they've repackaged, maybe reformulated at this point. I'm not quite sure. So I would be curious to see what the new formula is like when I'm ready to purchase, but that one is completely done. And then one that I finished here recently that I said I was going to try to work through in the last update, which was also during Vlogmas, and it is the No Problem. Y'all, we got it done. we did it. I didn't think it was going to happen. I really thought this was going to be a product that was in that decluttered pile, because this does have an expiration date, and it did expire at the end of November, but I'm like, we can stretch it a couple of weeks. But this is nice. I had such mixed feelings about this. When I would pull it once in a while, I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it. But when I was using it every day as a primer, I actually really loved it. And I have the old Revlon formula that is very similar to this, where it's like hydrating, silicone-y, works with every type of product. So I'm probably going to switch it out for this, for that one, for my everyday makeup that's in my bathroom or my Makeup Basket Express, so that I can work through it. But once I got into a groove with this product, I really enjoyed it. I don't think it's something that I would repurchase or want to have back in my life, but I got into a good rhythm where I did enjoy using it, and I did have to end up like scraping it out so I could get everything. There's a little bit on the sides, but not enough for one application. So 3 primers is what we went through in this project. Woo! Okay. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. There's a lot of excitement over here, okay? My makeup has been through a lot today. I haven't. It's been a pretty chill day for me. But my makeup, like, I taught some classes at the gym in it. I trained clients in person where I have to wear the mask. I took a nap in it. So it's like, I touched it up, but she's been through it. Okay. Complexion, we have 2 items. Concealer, the Hello Fab Bendy Avocado. This is in the color 2. We use this 100%. Again, this was an older product in my collection. I never really got much use out of it until I started painting it, and it's okay. I didn't love it, but I did take the stopper out. I scraped out all the sides, and it is 100% done. Out of here. See you later. And then we have the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea. This was a repurchase that I did during 2020, during lockdown, when all the makeup websites were having so many sales. I was like, at that point, I hadn't had this in like a year or 2, so I'm like, let me go ahead and get it again. I do really like it. It's a beautiful foundation, and I used this one up. And the reason I threw this in a project pan is because there's SPF in it. It does have an expiration date. So this one expired in October 21st, or maybe October. Anyways, it's expired. And which is weird because I bought it in like spring of 2020, and then it was expired in fall of 2021. So not a huge lifespan, which makes me question some foundations in my collection that I know are at least 3 years old, but they don't smell and they still perform and they're not separating. So I'm just like, I don't know, but we use this one up. I like it. I would repurchase it again. I don't feel like a desire to go out and run and get it. The foundation that I just want to run and get right now is the It Cosmetics CC Plus. I love having that one in my collection, but what I've learned is because I have quite a few foundations, not a huge amount. I've worked through them. We're down to like 6 or 7, but until I get down to where I'm just going to use that one more often than not, then adding anything else to my collection, it's just literally going to sit there until I start to see it expire, and then I'll pan it. And that's just like weird. It's a weird habit to have. Like, might as well just wait to buy it when I can really use it and love it, and not be like freaking out about the expiration date. So that's where we are with that. All right, and then we have 2 products here. We have the Urban Decay Beach Bronzer. This one is in Sun Kiss. I've had this one for a long time. It's been in many project pans over the years, and I almost gave up on it last year, but I'm like, let me put it in one more project pan. So I don't like scrape and repress powder, so this is done for me. I know some people, it's like, there's still some in there. I'm not scraping it. I'm not repressing it. Okay. I think I did great. I think I did awesome. So that is completely done. And then same situation for this one. You're going to be like, but there's still some in there. I'm not going to like trap it up, and I've tried that before and it was Disasterville. Okay. I don't have the skills. So this is Tarte. This is a mini of the Exposed Highlight. This is an end of an era because I always love this one, but I think I've given it a nice farewell. It's absolutely beautiful. I don't necessarily want it again in my collection, but it is one I would recommend, or if it was like a free gift of purchase, it would entice me a little bit more to make that purchase, that kind of thing. I just don't really feel I need to run out and get it. So makeup going in the finished makeup basket is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Boom, boom, boom. That is the majority of this project. So okay, next up are products I didn't finish, but I'm going to keep them until I do finish them, because they're not old, they're not expiring, and I do truly enjoy them. I just couldn't finish them up in this project. So we have a few. Let me make some room here. First off, our lip products. These are the Buxom lip glosses, the lip polishes. I have 2.5. So what's on my lips today is the White Russian. I like this. I love this formula, and I'm about halfway on it, and they don't like seem like they're expiring or anything. They smell the same, they perform the same. So I'm just going to keep them and use them up. I've slowed down on purchasing these and lip products in general because I just don't get through them quick enough, especially with the mask situation. I still have to wear a mask when I go to the gym to work, and then we also wear a mask when we're out in public still. Where I live currently, while I'm filming this, our where transmitting percentage, or whatever it's called, is 30%, and it was literally almost 15% last week, and people were freaking out. Like, my gym was sending me emails about protocol, and now that it's 30%, it's kind of like everyone's like, good luck. So I'm hoping it like tapers off a little bit and we don't double. We'll see. But because of that, the masks are very much a part of our lives. And because of that, I just can't wear lipsticks. It's just so hard. I try to like find an opportunity, like, ooh, I could put it on right now. So I still love it. I keep it. It's still good. So we'll keep that. Another one is Mudslide. Again, it's about halfway full, and I love it. Still smells well, good, performing well. I do like to leave these by my office, so when I do my virtual calls, I'll throw one on, and that's been a great use. But then here comes the other issue. I drink water all day long, and with this cup with a straw, I don't mind if I have a lip product on the straw because I can just wash it off. But when I have ones that are like open mouth, it just creeps me out to put my lips on it all day long. I don't know why, because it's like the same thing, really. But it's just a weird thing. Alright, but that also will slow me down sometimes. And then we have Buxom Dolly, this little sample. Again, about half left. These are really satisfying because the liquid itself is pretty movable. So if it has sat for a couple hours, you can see like a clear line of where they are, which is very satisfying if you like to pan makeup. But they've been on their sides and I've been flailing them, so you can't really see that right now. Here, I'll stand them up and see if we can make some progress on that. Beautiful product. You could definitely get it when it's on sale. They've been doing limited edition versions of it. I just love that formula. Up are the L'Oreal Brow Stylist. So, ooh, excuse me. This is, they're both in dark blonde, which isn't a great shade for me, but I can make it work. I love these. They're still good, and I have been using them a lot more. So I'm just going to use them up until the end. And these are the type of products, I noticed I said this in my update as well. You can really just hold on to them for a long time. And they can last a long time. But I have made quite a bit of progress in the top one and that thinner one. And it doesn't look like I have in the thicker one, but I really like these. I use them pretty often, and I will just continue to pan them. I don't think I'm going to put brow products in a project pan ever again, because I have them all just sitting here on my vanity. And I found there are some like lip and brow products mixed in here. But I have found that I really like just grabbing one, and I don't always pay attention to which one it is. So I have 4 that are actually brow pencils, and so I just have fun just kind of grabbing one and using it. So I'm probably using them all at a pretty similar rate. So I'll probably just be done with all of them one day or 1 week. But that's kind of what I do with them. These are like eyeliner type products. So those are just going to go back into my collection and we'll just use them up. And I love that formula. I love that product. It's a great price point. So that's definitely something I will continue to repurchase in the future. So there's no need to like pan it only to rebuy it, especially if it's not going bad. And then the final product, I didn't really use this all year until the last couple weeks. Then I started using it. I'm like, oh, this is so good. Why did I like not use it all year? But this is L'Oreal Infallible Loose Setting Powder. And mine's in 612. And this is the transparent. And there's about half in it. That's where it's been all year long. With the one issue I have about this is that the container is so small. So when you open it up, okay, we're gonna open it. So when you open it up, so much sits in the lid. And it's like, it's too much to dip a brush in there. So then it's like you have to dump it in the lid. And then you pour too much and you gotta dump it back in. So you can get like that right amount to use on your face. And then it like is all around the top. So when you put the lid back on, it starts like shooting back out. I just think the ones that are bigger containers, you don't really have that issue with, but because this is so small and compact, it's like a full-time job using this product. So I started using it in my bathroom in my Makeup Basket Express, so I can do it over the sink and this rinse the sink out, and that is the game changer. So now that I know that that's what works for me, I've been using this every time, almost every time I do my makeup in there. So I'm just gonna put this in my Makeup Basket Express and then we'll power through it. It'll probably still take a couple of months, but at least I'll have a rhythm and routine that I can finish it up. All right, so that was 6 products from the ones that we didn't finish. We made some progress in, but we're gonna keep them. Oh yeah, these buxoms have settled and I was a little off. So this Dolly one, can you see that? Oh yeah, right here. So it's about a third. You can see that, right? Oh yeah, right there. About a third. Okay, and then this one is about half. And this one is maybe more so a third. Yeah. So not as much progress as I wanted, but we'll keep working through it. Alright guys, that was the project pan for 2021. I think we did pretty good. We're moving a lot of product out of my collection, both by finishing it and also giving it its last ride before we get rid of it. This was a really big project, 21 items. Honestly, it was too much to keep up with. I obviously couldn't get through everything, and I think I did a good job of working through it, but it just didn't feel fun, honestly. It just felt overwhelming. So when we do our intro for 2022, which will be coming up here soon, I didn't pick 22 items. I kind of did like the old school format. I think I picked 8 products, which is like very old school project panning. And I picked products that are kind of like base products. So I'm going to enjoy using them, and they're products that I'm almost done with. I really like, but we just got to move them out. And then I'll also have a palette for the year as well. So make sure you come back for that. Make sure you're subscribed. Let me know how your project painting's going down in the comments below, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye!